This is Joseph Barone of A Fool for Learning, and our foolish thought training tip for today is true false questions. As some of you may know, before I went into adult learning, I was a high school history teacher. As part of earning my master's degree in education, I was required to take a class on test writing. Although the instructor did not want to be there and made it very clear she did not want to be there, as she was filling in for the assigned instructor who took ill after the very first class, I did learn a couple of things from it. Having said that, long ago I was asked to review an assessment. Now, what is an assessment? In this instance, it is simply a quiz or test to determine how well someone knows the job requirements and/or responsibilities before they actually come to class. The assessment that I was asked to review had true-false questions, had multiple choice questions, and even some fill-in-the-blank questions. After reviewing the assessment, there were many things wrong with the way it was designed and written. So today, I want to share with you my suggestions to the assessment owner regarding their true-false questions. So number one, statements must be either true or false. You cannot have ambiguous statements. And in fact, in this particular assessment, there were a number of statements that were poorly written and some were not even very clear to me. 2, do not have your statements ramble on and on. Keep them short and to the point. In this particular assessment, there were a couple that really needed to be reworded big time. 3, do not have both true, false, and yes/no questions on the assessment. And yes, they had both true, false, and yes/no, and made it very confusing for some of the participants. Of the recommendations, the only one accepted was to eliminate yes/no and simply rename them true, false. I don't know what else to say. However, there were a couple of other things that I would like you to remember when creating true-false questions. Do not write negative statements. Do not use words or phrases such as the best or the worst or even sometimes. Do not compose true-false questions so that the pattern is either all true questions or all false questions. Do not compose questions so that there is a discernible pattern of answers, such as true, false, or true, true, false, true, true, false. I think you get the idea. So hopefully, if you have the need to write true, false questions for an assessment or a test, I have given you something to think about. To learn more about how A Fool for Learning can assist you and your organization with an appropriate learning solution to meet your business needs, please visit my website at afoolforlearning.com. This is Joseph Barone, the CEO of A Fool for Learning, signing out. Remember, learn, perform, succeed.